Hi, hola, good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to the kickoff of this Atlas Open Innovation Challenge, Solar Power to the Fullest. My name is Josefina Cox. I'm an Endeavor mentor and I will be the host for this session. For the first time, Endeavor forms an alliance with renewable energy company. Today we gather to hear what challenges exist in the solar energy industry and what innovation we are looking for in order to continue empowering and taking the renewable energy industry to the next level. To start this session, I would like to welcome Carlos Ucho Barrera, CEO of Atlas Renewable Energy, a leading renewable energy company with operations throughout America, with 3.5 gigawatts of projects under development, construction, and operation. Carlos will give us a big picture about Atlas, their mission, how the company has been growing, and the challenges they have to face in this energy transition, and why innovation is an important key to make it happen. So let's hear more about Carlos.
The company's been growing pretty significantly the past 5 years since we started in 2017. We've actually grown about 6x in that time. That's pretty significant in this industry. This is the infrastructure space. It's not tech, it's not other sectors where you sometimes see 10x growth, large growth volumes in a small amount of years. This is an industry where you have to do the design work, do the planning work, do all that, but then you also have to build out the infrastructure. These are large plants that take, years to build in some cases. Large, turbines, large infrastructure associated with the solar plants need to be ordered, need to be, shipped to the site. So it really does take a bit of time. As we look forward, we want to continue a pretty accelerated growth. In order to do that, we believe innovation is critical. Innovation is critical pretty much in every sector, as we all know. But in this sector, I think it's particularly important. And it's particularly important because the renewable sector is a very dynamic sector. It's been a very dynamic sector for some time, which is different from other, let's say, subsectors within energy that have been around for a much longer period and where you don't have as much innovation and change happening year on year. In the renewable sector, you have a few different features that contribute to this dynamism, right? Where, you don't see maybe in other subsectors of energy. You have a technology element that is evolving quickly. We've seen costs come down on panels, costs come down on turbines, innovation happening in designs and optimizing the cost of delivered energy in all these different sources. A big part of that is design and innovation. Another part of that is just capacity, supply chain capacity. You have another element that's to do with business model that's been changing and evolving over these past 20 years that we've seen this renewable industry really grow. It started with feed-in tariffs. It moved on to other policy frameworks. Now it's at a point where it's already cheap enough that you don't need that level of government intervention. And so that is lending itself to disruptive new business models that are taking place. And there's other elements. And so this is behind, I would say, the dynamism behind the renewable energy. And what's interesting is the space for innovation is extremely open, right? Just because of this dynamism that the industry is in, we really could benefit from ideas from anywhere, ideas from all parts of the globe, small organizations, large organizations. We've already seen it. We've seen how small innovations happening in a small lab. We have a small one in Chile, for example, that can really spur a completely new way of thinking of how to develop a project, how to build out a project. And that's really what we're looking here. We're looking to gather all and any ideas around the specific projects that we're putting here for people to innovate around, to see what can we take out of that? What can we build on it and really turn that into something that could be not only big for Atlas Renewable Energy, but also big for the entire industry. And ultimately, this is about the energy transition. This is about accelerating that. All these innovations, they may not be in the form of a solar panel. They may be in different forms. But all these innovations are contributing to, make more efficient renewable energy, make it more easily accessible, allow it to proliferate a little faster. So that's really what this is all about, accelerating the energy transition. So if you are a scale-up or a startup company, we invite you to participate in this Open Innovation Challenge. We invite you to think big, to think outside the box, what can move the ball the furthest, and we invite you to bring all your ideas to the table.
Well, thank you very much, Carlos, for this welcome. And just as we said, we believe in the power of entrepreneurs to modernize the industry, and that's why Atlas decided to join Endeavor, the largest global community of entrepreneurs worldwide, to find this great solution that can disrupt the industry. That's what we know. We now want to welcome Christoph Schiess, the current chairman of the board of Endeavor Chile. He also is president of Empresas Tánica, a family holding company with investments and activities in real estate, hotel, tourism businesses, as well as some productive businesses. And is a founding partner and president of iGenius, a family office that is an entrepreneurial platform for early stage operating companies. So let's hear more about Christoph too.
Hey, I'm Christoph Schiess, chairman of Endeavor Chile, and also here in the business activities, I'm the chairman of the holding Tánica, which is in different business areas, but our main core businesses are property development and hotel and tourism industry. Besides that, I also founder of Igneos, which is a holding which invests in startups and in early stage companies. All these activities are mainly based in Chile, but also from here growing to other countries, mainly in Latin America. As probably most of you know, Endeavor is a non-profit organization created 25 years ago, inspired from the United States, but Chile was the first country where we opened an office. And we are dedicated to push and development through mentoring the high impact entrepreneurs. In that sense, Endeavor by now is active in 40 countries along the world, and we work with startups, but also lately much more with the scale-up companies, which is all these business models which consolidate to a innovative, concrete business, but which also has a potential to go global and to grow into new markets. In that sense, we are very happy for this joint venture. We are working with the Open Innovation Project with Atlas Renewable Energy. and we hope to develop with the ecosystem, startup companies, scale-up companies, Atlas, renewable energy engineers, and our mentoring and contacts, a very interesting cooperation. In conclusion, I would once more stress and invite of all the entrepreneurs, early stage, middle stage, or more developed, to bring their ideas and innovations, especially to solar power and renewable energies, so that we can, together with Atlas Renewable Energy, work on this project and find interesting new solutions. We invite you to participate, to postulate, or either to communicate this to other entrepreneurs so that we can have a great kick-off and development in this partnership. Wishing you and us all the best. Best regards. Bye-bye.
Well, thanks, Christoph, for your words too. It is a great challenge to find these entrepreneurs from all over the world who have technology and innovation in industry, but we hope to reach every one of them. And speaking of it, why is this event a great opportunity for entrepreneurs? Because Atlas has a great solar plants and a great global position in the industry with experts in renewable energy, solar energy, photovoltaic plants, etc. So I invite you to watch a video to learn more about these solar plants and the company. So let's take a look.
The renewable energy industry is steadily growing as a major source of energy for countries around the world. Today, thanks to innovative technology, the solar and wind sectors have taken off as leading producers of clean, cost-effective source of energy. Changing the electrical energy industry at lightning speeds, Atlas Renewable Energy develops, builds, finances, and operates clean energy projects across the Americas, committed to delivering the industry's highest standards to every project through innovative technologies and practices, while safeguarding the interests of communities and stakeholders. Atlas Renewable Energy is accelerating access to clean energy and making the switch from conventional to renewable sources of energy easier than ever. Atlas Renewable Energy. To power sustainably, visit atlasrenewableenergy.com.
Okay, so it's excellent to learn more about this company, what they do, and the global reach they have. And now, without further ado, we would like to give the word to Rodolfo. He's the Data Analytics and Security Manager at Atlas. With over 12 years of experience, Rodolfo oversees Atlas data, automation, and cybersecurity aspects. He will tell us more about the specific challenge they have today within the company and what are the solutions they're looking for around the world. And also the next steps of this program and what the most innovative entrepreneurs will get of it. So let's hear more about Rodolfo.
Hello, I'm Rodolfo. I'm a computer engineer and manager at Atlas for data, automation, cybersecurity, and innovation in general. Here at Atlas, we try to innovate all the time, always questioning how we can improve the way we do things, and always thinking from first principles instead of just repeating what the industry does. So we've been doing many innovation initiatives here, mostly with respect to software. We've created many tools for data-driven decision-making and analytics, machine learning, everything related to data. We've also created a power plant controller for controlling our plants, and we have a very good technology team for software development, but we do need help regarding other initiatives more related to the hardware and physical initiatives. So that's why we're creating this Open Innovation Challenge so that we can collaborate with people, creative people from around the world. Our Open Innovation Challenge is called Solar Power to the Fullest, and it's made of 4 general areas: better, faster, stronger, and integrated. The first area of our challenge is called Better, because we want to make better use of the natural resources and mitigate environmental impacts. One initiative, for example, is to make better use of irradiance when you improve the reflectivity of the rain, the soil. Another one is to generate more energy by reducing the temperature of the panels. The second area of our challenge is called Faster. Faster because we need to take better and faster decisions, data-driven decisions. This includes data analytics and machine learning for predictive maintenance. For example, when is my equipment gonna fail? I need to know that in advance so that it does not stop producing in the middle of the day. And for example, when should I clean my plant optimally? How clean is it? How fast it's getting dirty? And when should I clean it optimally to reach the better return of investment? And at last, there is another example regarding the tracking algorithm that moves the panels. Machine learning can also be used to optimize that tracking and optimize generation as a consequence. The third area we have in our challenge is called Stronger, because we want our business to be robust and strong. We want to reduce business risks in general, and for example, we want to reduce curtailment risks so that we can keep producing energy even when there is limitation in the grid. The second thing is to have a better financial planning. We need a precise forecast. So how could we precisely tell how much we're going to be producing this week, this month, so that we can better plan? The third one is to use this forecast to make better commercial decisions about when to sell and when to buy energy so that we can optimize revenues. Those are the four general areas in our challenge, and all the solutions submitted must be cost-effective and environment-friendly. We'll be expecting proposals from creative people around the world, and we'll judge them based on technology soundness, creativity, innovation, and your track record. The chosen candidates will be paid for a pilot with us in any of our plants throughout the world. The winner will also collaborate with us, a top renewable energy company, and experts in solving real-world problems. So please submit your proposals and help us power the world.
Well, that's a great challenge. Thank you, Rodolfo. It really seems that there are a lot of spaces for innovation, for working together side by side with entrepreneurs that are creating innovative solutions that could make the solar energy plants more efficient, more predictive, and the most out of these renewable energy plants. And now we would like you to know part of the Atlas team who are leading the main areas of these challenges and with whom you will be in touch in the evaluation process as well. So let me introduce you to, first of all, Felix Gascon. He's the head of business support of Atlas, overlooking technology, innovation, and cybersecurity areas. Felix has a global vision and has worked for many multinational companies, specifically here in Latin America. So, hi, Felix.
Hi, everybody. Very thrilling to have this conversation and open this challenge to everybody.
Hello. Also, we have Maria Jose Cortez. She also works at Atlas, and it's the head of sustainability and ESG, and leads the environmental and social governance aspect at the corporate and project level, focusing on responsible investments. So, hello, Maria Jose.
Hi, everybody. Also thrilled to be here and being able to talk about all the environmental and social challenges that we have around our operations.
Great. Also, we have Jefferson Marquez. It's Atlas Renewable Energies O&M, Director for Latin America, who oversees Atlas solar plant operation and maintenance across Mexico, Chile, Brazil, and Uruguay. Jefferson has over 15 years in renewable energy industry, working in O&M, EPC, and innovation, and also project finance. So, hello, Jefferson.
Hey, hi, everybody. Very happy to share with you guys this challenge. I hope you can support us on this, let's say, challenge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, here with us is Luis Vera. He is an endeavor entrepreneur for the company Zippity, who will share with us his experience about scaling businesses, growing in new markets, and being an entrepreneur, participating with a huge community around the world. So, hi, Luis.
Hi, thank you for having me. This is the great initiative and very necessary for the planet.
Great. So let's start with this discussion or sharing some ideas. Let's start with Maria Jose. How does a solar plant coexist with the environment?
So that's a good question. It's pretty, the responses could be very big, but I'd like to start by saying that I'm assuming not everybody hearing in this forum is familiar with the details of being in a solar farm or a wind farm. There are like first step to see how we are going to integrate the project within the landscape and within the environment is to perform environmental and social impact assessments. That's the basis. That's our baseline, and that's what gives us an idea of what the possible impacts could be towards flora, fauna, vegetation, in terms of water flowings. But I think lately what we've been seeing is that that's not necessarily enough. That's enough to comply with local permitting and to be able to have our licenses and everything in order. But the challenges and the way a solar plant is integrated has become more and more challenging. And it's because of climate change. And this is something that I'm saying not just as head of ESG and sustainability within Atlas, but also as a human being that enjoys and likes to live in this planet and is aware that things are changing, right? And the fact that, by the way, I'm very excited about this innovation challenge because I think renewable energy can easily become the new conventionals if we don't start to look into these challenges and mitigation measures, environmentally and socially speaking, right now. And I'm pretty sure out of this collaboration, we will have a lot of people brought in to achieve those. So to go back to your question, yes, there's many things that we need to see in terms of how we're going to interact with the environment. And most of the challenges that we are seeing are, I guess, related to I would say 3-4 main topics. So the fact that we are seeing higher temperatures in the planet, this causes fires, either forest fires in areas where there's like forestry activity, or fires that are related to the soil renovation that agriculture performs to prepare the soil for the new season, and this fire is getting out of control. And also heat waves that are an impediment or that are a pretty big inconvenience in terms of the health and safety of the workers that work in the outside in our plants. But then the other side is intense rain and a big change in rain patterns, more intense, more frequent, and the fact that has a pretty big role in the loss of soil. Soil for us in the renewable energy industry and within the environmental professionals, soil is everything. Because soil retains water, soil regulates temperature, soil regulates even particles in the environment. It's everything. So losing the soil for droughts or for rains, it's a little tragedy, and it's a silent tragedy. And we in the especially in solar farms, we use land, we use soil. So there's a big compensation that we have to do in terms of maintaining the soil under the panels, but also in the surrounding areas, making sure there is no more loss for the sake of our project, but also for the sake of the impact towards our surrounding communities. And then, I guess, increased droughts is the other thing that we're seeing that causes And we've seen that also in Brazil, in Chile, massive dust and sand clouds that are, particles in the environment that of course have, health impacts within our workers, within the communities, but that also cause, again, soil loss. So I see that all these things that I'm mentioning are big areas for innovation. We're constantly collaborating with different NGOs and with consultancy companies that are implementing, I think, good things that can be innovative, but that are maybe the standard things that we're seeing across the industry as good practices, which is okay. But I think Atlas always has had this appetite for being an angular stone in what's new, what else we can do, so we don't become the new conventional energy with the conventional impact that oil and gas have. So I guess I'll leave it there for also my colleagues to comment. And just to finish this, I would say that our environmental impacts are deeply social, potentially. And that's what I meant when I said that I'm also a human being in this planet. We should always look into solving the environmental, but towards how people live and how secure our projects can be.
Okay, thanks for the great ideas, Maria Jose. And now with Felix, what kind of technological innovation is Atlas looking for in this challenge?
Yeah, thank you, Josefina. I would say it's not a specific technology that we are looking for. I would say for us, this challenge has ideas that will be proposed need to have several characteristics, features that it would be good to be in the proposals. No? First of all, I would say it's important to have effective practical solutions, not theoretical solutions. We want touchable solutions to address the concerns, to address the challenge that we have been discussed. It's important that the ideas could be implemented in the future, because the idea is to begin a process, and this is just the first step of this innovation process. But the idea is to maintain a relationship, evolving the solution that we will be selecting, and also for us it's very important the scalability, because we are not looking for local solutions to address very specific problems. No? We are looking to change the market. We are looking to, as the motto says, to do things better, faster. So it's important the scalability of the solutions in the proposals that we will receive. Okay. The other thing important, I would say, is to be very clear in the added value that the proposals are giving to our company, to the society. And I would say it's important to have very clear the benefits that could have the implementation of these solutions. No? And these benefits could be in terms of cost savings, in terms of risk mitigations, in terms of increase of the energy that we could generate, in terms of cost savings, cost avoidance, etc. So it's important, to have like an economics, if you want, to say, okay, how much is the investment and the cost to execute and implement this solution, and what are the benefits to take, the balance, and not all the benefits are economic benefits, but it's important to be very clear, the one aspect that improves the ideas or the innovations that the proposals contain. No? And I would say the other thing that for us it's important in terms more of what kind of solutions or what kind of an innovation we could receive. I would say technology, it's an important engine of transformation, of innovation in the sector. And here, okay, we can focus on new technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, new concepts that are now are very fashion and could help us to improve some of the topics included in the challenge. But I would say it's not only the technology, the solutions. We can propose new approaches, we can propose new methodologies, we can propose new products, new devices, using existing technologies to solve problems in a different way. So I would say it's an open challenge, as the name says, and I would say, but it's important that it could be feasible. I would say it's important the return on investment, and it's important, to connecting dots to solve the problems that we have.
So the sky is the limit here in this open challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Jefferson, your turn. In your experience, what is the biggest challenge in operating a large-scale solar plant?
Okay, that's a great question. So first of all, we need to recall that we are a green energy producer, so we need to generate energy. And to do so, we have basically two main challenges. First, in operation, I mean, to keep the plant 100% available, meaning all the components has to produce power, right? And the second one, how I can produce at near, let's say, my best performance, right? So to do so, we can talk about in this innovation challenge, like predictive maintenance, how I foresee a problem to keep the plant 100% available. We have a luxury in, let's say, solar energy that we can do all the maintenance during the night without losing energy. So how I predict things to do during at the night. So also things very simple that's very challenging for a huge project like cleaning, panel cleaning. How I can clean 1 million panel in one plant. So we using no water or little water and so on. So there are a lot of very, let's say, simple tasks that in scale, that's a big challenge, right? And the other thing is maybe vegetation control, to improve the production as we have it bifacial panels today, meaning produce from both sides. So how I keep the vegetation control in areas that it's equivalent to 800 soccer fields, that's big challenge. And also other important factors that we need to do, that's the plants are designed for 25, 30 years old. So how I keep and maintain, improve maintenance of my main equipments for the lifetime of the project. So meaning that I can have a better return in the investment. So I think are the areas that they see. There are a lot of possibilities for this challenge. So as you see, even vegetation control is not as easy as we think about. So very open here on operation to get improvements.
Okay, right. So the scale here is huge. So all of them have to think big to bring solutions that can be applied in this solar plant. Mm-hmm. And Felix, can you explain more about the fourth category called integrated out of the box? What does it mean, and what do you guys look for?
Well, this is really very related with the sky, no? Because the sky is the limit, no? And here, what we wanted to encourage basically is to challenge the traditional approaches, to break with the status quo. Imagine that we, as a big company, we already have a big team of engineers working in different countries, working with different engineers. What we are open here is something bigger. So for us, it's like think out of the box, connecting dots, bringing ideas from another industries, from another parts of the world. Surely there are uses, probably that certain ideas from oil and gas industry, from technology industry, from automotive, that has not been incorporated up to now to the energy and renewable energy industry. So here basically we ask to propose creative ideas. Think that we already have people thinking and adopting the best practice of the market, but they are, it's like literature. There is information that it's being used for the different companies in the renewable industry sector. We are trying to break this, this line. And probably thinking bigger can address us to solutions that not to solve one specific problem or not to address one specific concern, but solving different parts, because probably it's same methodology, same idea could be the solution or an optimization of different parts of the topics that we are talking here. No? So basically here we encourage people to let us surprise. No?
Quoting a very known entrepreneur, here we invite you all to think different, because
Yeah.
if you can like mix new business models with new technology that it doesn't maybe commonly use in renewable energy, that can be a great new idea and a bigger integrated out of the box that can be useful for this challenge. So
Correct.
you have to think different. And
Josefina, may I add something?
of course,
sure.
please.
And I would say the sky is the limit, yes. And also, I would invite for everyone who participates to think of the possible solutions that have some sustainability component. Because what we've seen is, I mean, there's lots of ideas out there, but not necessarily, or it has to have some sort of conversation in terms of what's the impact of this specific new technology in the long term. I don't know, maybe an example is, I don't know, the debate around hybrid cars, for example, and how, yes, they don't use as much fuel, but there's some sort of impact when you use batteries and where those batteries come from and where the minerals are sourced from. So there's always pros and cons, and we need to measure that and put that in a balance. But I would add that my invitation, or at least my perspective, would be for these innovation projects and pilot projects to have some sort of sustainability component.
To be the most sustainable they can, maybe. Of course, they have to have that responsible, sustainable investment in this kind of renewable energy, of course.
Yeah.
And Jefferson, tell us more about maybe the before you talk about that, like the different kinds of things about managing a renewable plant, right? But maybe if you can name some risk to address for an operation solar plant for this challenge.
Yeah, for sure. So I think one of the main challenges we have is to keep the, let's say, a plant, let's say, safe, secure, and stable for the whole lifetime. So that's one of the main risks you have. So for the challenge here, I see there are, for example, areas like health and safety that we can improve. You know, there are peoples on the plant, so there are challenges there as well. That may have some ideas there to improve that. So other is security of the plants, like drone uses to security, you know, all of those kind of solutions are welcome. There are some, have seen some development on that area as well. And also to have a stable operation, we have many components on the plant. How I monitor and maintain those equipments for that lifetime. So there are a lot of opportunities how I can improve in like simple things like tracking performance, like panels performance improving, like albedo or temperatures, you know, for this 25 years of the plant. So also how I keep the components, main equipments like inverters and so on, extend the lifetime of those equipments to have less impact also in environment. So if I need to replace them, I need to produce a new one. So there are many challenges with the lifetime of the equipment I see there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. And this question is for all of you guys. Why do you think hosting challenges like Atlas Open Innovation Challenge are important for the industry's advancement? If one of you guys want to be first, please be my guest.
I mean, I can go.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yes.
So for us, I think Atlas has a track record of trying to innovate as much as possible with what's on the table already, and changing the way things are being done with our construction companies, with our suppliers, always little by little with different examples. But I do think maybe until now we haven't formally included like an innovation perspective with external stakeholders. There's ongoing innovation efforts within Atlas. As Felix said, we have a pretty big team, awesome colleagues, and very capable people, but also making it, like a world effort to improve the renewable energy industry. I think that's what's most valuable on my perspective. And also giving an opportunity for new talent and people that not necessarily has been within the infrastructure sector to be able to be part of this.
I completely agree with Maria Jose words. Basically, we are giving as a company a step further. We usually have an ADN related with innovation because we incorporate a lot of people with these skills, this type of mind to the company. But normally, or up to now, it was like an internal innovation. But excellence is a rule, and we need to address the problems in an overall point of view, economic point of view, sustainability, society, addressing real problems or real issues we have in the plants. So, and we are concerned that probably to have the better solutions and to be game changers in the market, we need to incorporate ideas from the whole world, the whole kind of people, the whole industries. And we are very proud to, to open and change this internal innovation to this open innovation, to have a more, complete view and to be leaders in trying to adopt new ways to address the problems or address the concerns of the renewable industry.
Yeah, I can add to my colleagues. I think I agree completely with their point. So, and we would like also to be on the head of the business. So it's a great business. It's a green energy. So we need innovation. So we need to listen what the others are doing. We need to improve performance generation, environment impacts, and everything. So it's very good to hear which other people think and see other business. So we need to be open. So otherwise, you just focus on your daily business operation. That's not maybe the best idea. It helps a lot. Experience helps a lot, but also innovation on top of that, you grow us better and keep us on the top of the business.
Right. Of course, these kind of challenges or like Atlas Open Innovation Challenge, as Maria Jose said, it like brings to the table many different ideas and give you guys like the opportunity to listen or read in this kind of situation idea that maybe are very different from what you guys do like every day. So it's really it does add value to what you guys do and also to entrepreneurs that are going to participate in this kind of activities. And in a few words, maybe, what do you guys hope to find in these proposals?
I'd say, sorry.
Please, Jefferson, go ahead.
No, I'd say as operation, it's an area where it's more practical. I'd like to see one solution that I can implement in real life. That's my main, let's say my main hope and my main goal here on this challenge.
Mm-hmm. No, for me, what I will expect is a huge number of proposal of ideas over the table, because probably it would be, a a good sense that what we are launching here, it's interesting for the entrepreneurs ecosystem. So for me, this would be a good indicator. And after that, surprises, no, good surprises, I expect.
And me, I would make emphasis on something that Felix mentioned, which is to see potential for scalability. I think that's important for us, and to be able to replicate in different geographies, maybe, or I mean, even though we're going to implement the pilot, but being able to see potential for scaling, and maybe on the more sustainability ESG side, maybe something around nature-based solutions, and that's it.
And talking about scalability, let's get to know more about Luis Vera, that here it is with us. Luis, tell us what does Zippity do? How has it grown? And the road to becoming a world-class scale-up.
Okay, well, that's a long-ended question, but so what Zippity does is we take our ideas to go to industry and take spaces that have unstructured data and turn it into structured data so that you can apply compute power to it. So we started with retail, which is a big unstructured industry, if you will, because when you have a retail store, you know what went in and you know what went out, but then you kind of you know that things have to be on the shelves so customers can buy, but you really don't know where those products are. So what we do is we built a robot that goes through the store and is scanning and creates an exact replica of that store. So in that replica, we'll have all the out of stocks, promotions, prices, whatever is relevant to the thing. And then we provide that data to other companies to use that data to make it effective. We started in Chile. So Zippity started in Chile in 2018, 17, 18. And our first customer was Sodimac, which is a home improvement. We took that use case and took it to Home Depot. Home Depot started with 2 stores when they realized that we had a use case, and kind of like what you guys were saying about scalable and all that. They went to 2 stores, 30 stores, 110 stores, and now we're going to 540 stores. And then since then, we've gone to other home improvements. So today we're in Germany, we're in Australia with the biggest home improvements, and now we're going into grocery. So we're also again using Chile as a pilot market, where we're testing because there's suppliers. The problem with grocery is that the margins are much smaller. So if we can help Home Depot, for example, sell a drill, it's very different than helping like a Safeway or a grocery store sell another can of tomatoes. So there's suppliers there, and Chile gives us the ability to test and develop a market where multiple players can help pay for the technology. So, and we're piloting now with a big retailer in the U.S. as well, kind of following the same model that we followed with Home Depot.
Okay, before we continue with questions for you, Luis, I forgot to mention before that if you have any question you want to add to this panel, please feel free to ask it through the chat, so we can read them at the end of this conversation. So, Luis, to continue with Zippity, sorry, I forgot to pronounce it. Yes. In your opinion, what are the benefits of joining the Endeavor network of entrepreneurs?
So a very, very good question. So I've been working on this idea. This is my 3rd company where we've been trying to digitize this industry. The first one was in the 90s, where we had cameras that would move on tracks on the ceilings of big box retailers. And then in the 2000s, I came to the U.S. I moved with my family, and did basically the same thing, but now using fixed cameras. I was a selected Endeavor entrepreneur in the very first Endeavor panel ever in Chile, as Christoph Schief said on his video. Endeavor started in Chile, and starting as a 22-year-old when I met Linda and Endeavor, to today, a lot of that growth has been enabled by networking and meeting really incredible people. So I've had a chance to talk with Michael Dell about my business, and so a lot of big entrepreneurs that just kind of showed you the way and helped you think about how to raise money, then investors. So if I had to say, out of 100 key instances that got me where I am today, I'd say Endeavor had to do either directly or indirectly with 95 of those. So the truth is, from being an entrepreneur in Chile that didn't know a lot about venture capital and didn't know a lot about how things were done, Endeavor basically put me in contact and helped me and mentored my way to kind of figure out how to actually pull this off. So I think Endeavor has been key, and I think it's if you're like away from Silicon Valley where I am now, it's a really amazing network, and it's absolutely, I'd say it's absolutely a must, because if you live here in Silicon Valley, it's you can learn and you connect and everybody's talking about the same. That does not happen in emerging markets, and I think Endeavor's done a wonderful thing. In Chile, when I started, I'd say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, and everybody would say, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? and today in Chile, at least, it's like it's cool to be an entrepreneur. So, and I think that's what really moves the world at the end, and like you guys at Atlas are doing, I think it's the right approach. I think humans, the thing that distinguishes the human species from any other species is the ability to invent their way out of problems. So I think it's a really good initiative you guys are doing, and I hope you can find a lot of smart entrepreneurs that are willing to help the planet.
Okay, thank you, Luis, for your comments. And I have a question that is, I think, directly to Jefferson, because this is something you mentioned when we talked earlier about something about the large scale of solar plants. But someone asked you, how do you clean a large scale solar without water usage? I don't know, is it easy question or a tough question?
No,
Magic.
no, it's not that difficult.
But magic.
I think we are looking for the magic, right? So with this challenge, but basically we have two. Depends of the region, depends of the size of the plant. We have two technology available on the market. Let's say with water, and there are different technologies, but we have also dry cleaning with robots. That's you just assemble on the panels and they go automatically. So we started to test those technology, and we should deploy some of them in the large scale plants this year, next year as well. So both. I would say the answer is we use both technologies.
And robots are certainly going to be the future.
Yeah, for sure. Like drones, right? So
yeah, exactly. Drones are robots. So.
Yeah. Well, just fine, right?
Movies show us the robots are going to be the future.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's all about scaling, right? So,
of course. So thank you very much, Maria Jose, Felix, and Jefferson. Very interesting, this panel of discussion, and what a great thing is coming in the renewable energy industry, and especially in this great challenge. So also thank you very much, Luis, for your story, and you're definitely a great scale-up and a great sample for many entrepreneurs who are watching us. So thank you very much, you guys, for this information, and I hope we are going to have a lot of ideas for this open challenge. And
Thank you.
no, thank you guys.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
And to close up, I want to invite you all scale-ups, startups, entrepreneurs who have technological solutions for these different problems that Atlas has presented to us. I want to thank all the participants of this kickoff and their time and contribution. And now you have all the information to start thinking new ways to improve the solar energy industry and apply to this great challenge. Thank you for our guests and to all who are following us in this session. And if you guys have any inquiry about the program, please contact us at info@atlasinnovationchallenge.com. And also, we invite you to visit atlasinnovationchallenge.com for more information. So, see you guys next time. Good luck to all and have a great day. Bye, you guys.